What's the most expensive thing in the world? It's not oil, gold, or data. It's your attention, and the cheapest way to capture it isn't with facts, but with lies. This video uncovers the hidden multi-billion-dollar industry built on your outrage, a currency that sells always. We'll show you who profits, who funds it, and how platforms, grifters, and even governments are all cashing in. And remember, your brain is the commodity being bought and sold. Welcome to the attention economy. Here, you are not the customer. Your attention is the product being sold. Every time you pause on a post, that hesitation is measured. Every like, comment, or share is another data point that is added to a complex behavioral profile of you. This digital avatar of your desires and fears is then put up for auction. In the milliseconds it takes a page to load, advertisers bid for the right to capture your gaze. This is the ad tech ecosystem, a colossal automated machine that operates just beneath your screen. It doesn't care if content is true or false, helpful or harmful. Its sole function is to predict what will keep you engaged. Truth is not a variable in its equation. Engagement is the only thing that matters, and it turns out nothing keeps us engaged like falsehoods. In 2018, researchers at MIT discovered that on Twitter, now X, false news spreads 70% faster than the truth. It reaches more people and penetrates deeper into our networks. Why? Because false stories are often more novel and emotionally charged. They tap directly into our primal responses: fear, anger, shock. Our brains are hardwired to notice the unusual and threatening, an ancient survival mechanism now exploited for profit. The algorithms don't know the difference between a real threat and a sensational headline. They only register the spike in engagement and reward it straight away with visibility. More visibility means more engagement, which means more ads sold. The platforms don't just passively allow misinformation. Their business model is built on an architecture that actively rewards it. This is not a broken system. It's a system working exactly as designed. And before we dive deeper, let's clarify two terms. Misinformation is false information shared by mistake. Disinformation is false information shared deliberately for profit or political gain. But to the algorithms, the distinction is meaningless. A lie shared by accident and a lie crafted for propaganda are treated identically. If it sparks outrage and generates clicks, it gets amplified. Whether accidental or strategic, the result is the same. Your attention is hijacked and someone profits. It's not just platforms. A sprawling ecosystem has emerged, a shadow economy where outrage is a currency. So who are the players who profit from the system? First, the platforms. Their business model is attention. In 2024, Meta made $164.5 billion in ad revenue. Their algorithms reward engagement, and nothing engages like shock or anger. This creates a perverse incentive. The more sensational the post, the cheaper the ad buy, the better the margins. They are very efficient at monetizing our emotions. Second, the clickbait farms. In places like North Macedonia and the Philippines, entire towns churn out fake headlines designed to go viral. They aren't driven by ideology, but by profit from Google AdSense clicks. This industry is also professionalizing. A 2020 report by the Oxford Internet Institute found that over 70 countries now have organized disinformation for hire operations, basically offering strategic deception as a service. Third, the conspiracy grifters. These are individuals who build loyal followings by peddling elaborate theories. They monetize influence through ad revenue, direct donations, and selling their own merchandise or dubious products. They cultivate deep mistrust, positioning themselves as the sole purveyors of truth, making their followers easy to exploit financially. And fourth, the biggest customers, the politicians. Parties now spend billions on digital ads. In the 2024 US election cycle alone, candidates and outside groups spent nearly $2 billion on political ads across Meta, Google, Snap, and X. The reason? Micro-targeting. Instead of one big TV speech, parties can now slice and dice the electorate into thousands of subgroups, then feed each group a custom message, sometimes truthful, sometimes exaggerated, sometimes outright false. And in case you didn't get that, that's $2 billion, not for policies or debates, but on buying your clicks, your emotions, your trust. These are algorithmically optimized campaigns designed to trigger anger and stoke fear. But remember, they're just customers in a much bigger marketplace. And it's not just America. the model is global. In Australia's 2022 election, parties spent about 12.5 million Australian dollars on social media ads in just the last 2 months. It's the same playbook, adapted for different political landscapes. This isn't random misinformation. It's a global supply chain of disinformation. From Silicon Valley to Skopje to Washington, everyone is taking their cut. In this system, the most valuable commodity isn't truth, but attention, and the most profitable product is outrage. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe and like. It helps grow this channel. And if you want to know how and why your brain and emotion trick you into believing lies even when you know better, check out my other video in the description link. Back to the video. Why does misinformation, and especially disinformation, outperform truth? Because our brains are wired for it. A 2022 neuroscience paper titled "Why Fake News is So Fascinating to the Brain" found that false stories exploit emotional and novelty processing circuits, basically hijacking curiosity and memory. That study was by Grignolio and colleagues. Platforms have discovered this too. A 2023 study showed political ads with sensational or populist framing consistently got more impressions per dollar than neutral messaging. So whether it's a dodgy supplement ad, a political smear, or a conspiracy video, falsehoods are often cheaper to spread and more profitable to sell than truth. And it's not just Western democracies. In India, political parties have outsourced trolling and disinformation to professional IT cells worth millions. In Russia, the Internet Research Agency pumped out disinformation campaigns for profit long before it was sanctioned. In Africa, disinformation for hire firms targets elections in Kenya, Nigeria, and beyond, often charging governments and parties hefty fees. This is a global business, not a glitch in the system, but the system itself. The problem isn't just that you are being tricked, it's that misinformation and disinformation erode trust. A 2023 University of Glasgow study found exposure to misinformation reduces trust in democratic institutions, even after corrections. When trust collapses, people tune out altogether, and that benefits everyone profiting from the noise, except the public. In the digital age, your attention is the new gold. It's the most valuable and fiercely contested commodity of the 21st century. Every second you spend scrolling and reacting is being meticulously tracked and monetized. Right now, a global multi-billion-dollar industry is keenly dedicated to capturing it, and they've discovered that the truth is often an inconvenient obstacle to their profits. So, next time a viral post hits your feed or a headline feels perfectly crafted to provoke you, pause and take a breath. Your emotion is the currency. Someone, somewhere, is profiting from whatever you feel in that moment. Ask yourself, what feeling is this meant to trigger? Who benefits if I believe it? What do they want from me for my click? The truth is often nuanced, complex, and requires effort, but it is still out there. It's found when you slow down and build a habit of healthy skepticism, prioritizing credibility. If you found this interesting, watch our other videos linked here on the screen and in the description. The tactics of the attention economy are constantly evolving. That's why staying informed is more important than ever. Subscribe, hit like, and comment below. See you next time. Cheers.